Hey everybody, Jason back with another review. This time I'm continuing the Halloween series, and I am on Halloween 3, Season of the Witch. That's all I can say. To throw off everything to start off with, it shouldn't bear the name Halloween 3, honestly. It's good to have these movies. If they would have just called it Season of the Witch, I would have been fine with it. And I don't know why I can't get over that. But that it bears the name Halloween 3 is stupid in my book. You may think differently, and I don't care, honestly. But that's my opinion. And that mask right here, throw that out, because this has nothing to do with Michael Myers. And when I was watching the series first, I was kind of disappointed. Well, no, I was a lot disappointed when I'm waiting for Michael Myers to show up, and he doesn't. So let's get started with this. This is 1 year after they made Halloween 2. So Halloween 3 is 1982. And to top it off, John Carpenter and Deborah Hill did produce this one. We'll go ahead and go through some of the characters. Oh, I forgot to show the cover, and there we go. At this point, I only have the DVD and the real cheap one. Scream Factory, Shout Factory does make one that I haven't bought, and I would probably buy it at this point, mainly because I do support Scream Factory and Shout Factory, but I know that copy is going to be in the box set that's coming out next month, so I'm going to wait for that. But we'll go ahead and go through this, and again, this is the only one I got right here. So the characters here, we have Tom Atkins, who plays Dr. Dan Chalice, Stacy Nelkin as Ellie Grimbridge, and pardon me while I read a little bit of notes, because this is my least movie I've watched in this series, and I haven't watched it that much, honestly, just a few times. And Dan O'Hurley as Colonel Cochran, which you may remember him in the RoboCop 1 movie. So basically, here's basically to start off with. The story is focused on Dr. Chalice and Grimbridge as they investigate and I apologize for this. They investigate the activities of Cochran, who is the owner of the Silver Shamrock Novelties Company. And basically, John Carpenter and Deborah Hill stated that they felt that the story of Michael Myers is done. They've killed off Michael Myers, and they felt that they had enough people, enough fans that would go watch an anthology of Halloween movies that would be once a year at Halloween. And this happens to be the first one that they came out with. Had this been successful, I believe they already had a story for the next one that would come out the following year, and that was some type of ghost story. Fortunately, this one didn't do too good at the box office, and I will continue eventually doing the reviews of 4 and beyond, so we'll discuss that later on. It starts off as Harry Grimbridge, the father of the other lady that's with Dr. Chalice. He's running away from a car and a bunch of guys in business suits. And he runs towards a gas station and falls, and saying that they're all going to kill everybody. And you'll notice this movie is filled with these, I don't know what you call them, robots filled with an orange pumpkin goo. And to me, they move like Michael Myers. You feel that their presence is Michael Myers in this movie, and I don't know if I like that or if I do like it. I do like the soundtrack of this because the soundtrack was done by John Carpenter again, so you do get the same feeling that you did in the previous two. No, you don't have the famous Michael Myers theme, but you get this and other ones that throughout the film. So after this Harry Grimbridge, he tells them that they're all going to kill us. He is placed in the care of Dr. Chalice, which is again Tom Atkins. And by this point, honestly, I feel that this movie it gets a made-for-TV feeling, and I think this would have been fine as a made-for-TV miniseries, like a Twilight Zone type thing. I think it would have done better if they would have done it that way, and without the Halloween 3 or the Halloween franchise to put it in it. I just don't understand that. Basically, as he's in his care, more of these guys in business suits, Michael Myers wannabes, so to speak, kill him. And then Tom Atkins and Ellie Graimbridge go to investigate in some town in California somewhere. And they pretend to be a married couple. They go to a motel, and they find out that her father had stayed there as well. And they're there to investigate exactly what's going on over there and what did her father find out. Well, you do find out they end up going on a tour inside this Silver Shamrock factory. And what they're doing there is they're building 3 different Halloween masks. 1, a pumpkin. 2, a witch's head. And, 3, let me see if I see it in here. I don't recall what the third one was, but I would have recommended the Michael Myers mask. Would that have made sense? That would have been cool, because you do actually, somewhere in this film, you do see the somebody watching on TV, you do see Halloween 1 playing. So this movie is outside of the entire world of Michael Myers. So this is supposed to be like real world, happening in the real world. But yeah, that would have been pretty cool to have the Michael Myers mask as one of the masks, but that's not how it is. And there's commercials out there, and I'm not gonna do it right here, man, but it's the most annoying commercial. And what happens is this commercial plays, kids love it. They take their masks, they put on their masks, and they're just doing this and singing along to it, and they just cannot wait for Halloween. Let's see. So anyway, they go along, and there's not much else to say about this, but you end up finding out that each of these masks that are produced in this company, there's a chip in the back of it. And this is where the plot line I get lost on, because the fact that somehow they're bringing fragments of Stonehenge, and they're creating this chip that will melt or do something to kids' heads, and they turn their heads into snakes, spiders, insects, and there is some gruesome scenes. I'll tell you that right here. 1 second, please. Ugh. I'm sorry. Dry mouth. So, again, very weak plot. I just don't get it, the whole Stonehenge thing, but whatever. We'll play along with this. Again, I don't mind this movie by itself, but they put it into the Halloween franchise, then I have a problem. And most of you guys probably don't want to understand that, but that's just me. Um, and I don't, you know what? I won't even go over the ending of it. Honestly, I do know that the very ending of it, there is not much. It's not satisfying, really, because you think that it's over, and then all of a sudden, you got Tom Atkins on the phone, and you hear the music in the background for that commercial, and he's just yelling, "Stop it, turn it off, turn it off," and then that's the ending of it. You hear this theme for the credits. So I kind of feel like I'm not doing too much justice. I've just kind of going real fast on this one, but again, I've only seen this very few times, literally a few times. And as a kid, I probably would never watch it because as a kid, I loved Michael Myers. I still do. I'll give it a little bit more credit nowadays, but that's being very generous. So again, if this had been successful, there would have been a ghost story after this, and it might have done successful on TV. I'll throw that out there. I wish they would have done it on TV. It might have been successful, and who knows what would have happened if this had been successful. What other stories they would have done? But we would have never had Michael Myers, and we'll see how I feel about that in the next installment. 4, 5, 6, and so on, and we'll see how I feel about the rest of them in future installments. So, out of 10, I'm going to give this a 4 out of 10. It's watchable, but don't expect Michael Myers. Don't expect this. Do not expect that. You will not see it unless you see it for that small amount of time that you see when somebody's watching Halloween 1 in the background of the film that he's watching. It's I don't know why they did that. But, alright, everybody. I'll see you next time on my next review. And take care and have a great night.